Hello everybody and welcome back. My name is Ketchup, joined by Mustard, Mr. Aquaman and the Eternal Wonder Chef on the commentary couch, and you are watching the Mortal Kombat 11 Summit of Time, and we're down to our top 4 territory. It's been a fantastic tournament. I want to give an early thank you to every single one of you watching, the very talented Summit team behind the scenes making this stream happen. It's not possible without you guys. I want to thank the sponsors, Sennheiser, the official audio partner for Summit, and Monster Energy for keeping us all full of energy throughout the long day. This is going to be a ridiculous bracket. Everyone who is in this top 4 has more than capable chance to win the tournament. But I want to get some early predictions, starting with Jake. Who do you think is going to take the whole thing?
So, my brain is telling me Sonic Fox. He's sitting there on the winner's side. He's been super dominant all weekend. But my heart is telling me DJT.
Oh my goodness.
My heart is telling me DJT.
I don't need to say anything.
Baraka.
I agree with you, everything you said. I want DJT to win because of just passion alone. I think Fox is the smartest pick. Aquaman, Chef, what do you reckon?
I think coming to this on paper, I have been around this scene for a very long time. This couch has been around this scene for a very long time. And I have learned one eternal thing, and that is not to bet against a Fox in situations like this. I mean, record speaks for himself against Dragon. Already has a W over Gross. But DJT is, as they are trying to predict over there, the absolute wild card coming into this. Anything is possible. You guys saw rock, paper, scissors yesterday. No one knows this man. No one knows what's inside his mind. No player has been able to read him today. And I think that DJT could be a huge wild card, but on paper, I have to go with the Fox.
All right, well, I think that you're all wildly underrating the only person to have ever been potentially more dominant than Sonic Fox for a period of time. That's Dragon, who has been playing Cetrion in a way that I don't think almost anybody knew.
Dragon is over there sipping out of a juice box right now.
Yeah, no, don't look at us like that.
That is not the face of a killer.
I
Okay,
think he just winked at you.
Maybe.
really
I don't know. He just winked again. All right, I take it back. Dragon's going 0-2 in this top 4. No, I'm just kidding. Oh, he looked at me dirty.
Oh, okay.
No,
That was a
was
scowl.
That was the scowl right
I've
there.
never seen
That's the
a
killer.
meme look like that off of Dragon's face. But no, he
dropped the box. No.
He dropped it.
Well, come on.
You can drop it now.
I hope that's not a sign for things to come.
Not the apple juice. Don't drop it like your combos, bro. Anyways, so
Well, I think to get things a bit more serious, of course, this is the absolute final hurdle of 3 days of intense group stage play. Obviously, today has been all bracket. Those of you that have been here for the long haul have seen all of it with us. And this is very much, I think, the creme de la creme of the creme de la creme, right? We had 10 with the best of the best of the best with honors.
I don't even know what it means, but I love it.
You know what I mean. You know what I'm saying. But we had 10 invited players, 4 voted-in players, 2 qualified players through last chance tournaments, and it all boils down to winner's side Sonic Fox and Dragon, and loser's side DR Gross and DJT.
But the 4 players that are left, 3 invited and 1 fan vote.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, this is just an incredible experience for all these guys. Gross getting in.
Yeah, Dragon.
Gross. That's right. It was Gross.
Yep. It is actually
vote.
Gross here, and DJT a little bit of
I've been looking.
Baraka
To be fair.
That one is Baraka pose, but I've been looking at the first render all weekend, and I still have no clue what he's doing.
I was about to say something incredibly serious about him, and I honestly couldn't at him looking at him like at his face, and I don't know what he's doing right. Oh, he's on his phone. So I lost my train of thought completely. Just seeing DJT's face, so I'm absolutely gone.
He's the most unreadable man, not only in like fighting history, but like human history. You can look at him and have no idea what the hell he's thinking, what he's doing, what he's going to do. And on top of it, he's actually like mad smart. He's like one of the smartest players.
He has that patience, man.
Yeah.
Now, these 2 guys actually went head-to-head in the rock, paper, scissors grand finals yesterday, and it was one of the finest displays I think anyone has seen, because DJT is unreadable and Gross is unbreakable. You can't scare this guy.
The big thing about this, though, is DJT, Baraka. This is his star player throughout today. He has just been both variations. Of course, Cassie with Gross.
Size doesn't matter, Baraka. In Outworld, it does.
Okay.
Ooh, got him!
Okay.
Oh my
Yeah.
days! Let's go, Baraka.
Here we are, top 4 action starting now beyond the summit of time. It all boils down to this, and this is losers action. The loser of this best of 5 is going to be going home after all this.
Battle of some of the OGs of the scene. DJT, who is coming this without really the history of the Injustice 2 to back up, but his gameplay has backed up his presence here at the Summit of Time. I think there is no question that he has deserved his spot. He is in top 4, competing for his piece of the almost your $30,000 on the line, Chef.
And he's already won not only however much money he's getting for a minimum 4th, but the hearts of everybody in chat. I don't think there's anybody out there who's not rooting for DJT right now.
I mean, I'm rooting for DJT and I'm sitting on the couch. But Baraka is this brute of a character, right? He hits hard. If you play smart and you pick your attacks carefully, you know, when you can punish someone or if you whiff punish someone, he's taken the variation more order, right? Gutted, the key to the damage. But then Gross, he's very hard to crack into because he has a very strong neutral. Cassie has one of the best neutrals in the entire game. I don't think it's going to make it easy for DJT to open him up.
But the thing is, right, Baraka has this kind of strange reputation for being a bit, you know, very random, very aggressive, very kind of, you know, somewhat of a brain-dead character. But DJT is showing that a very kind of calm, calculated, neutral-heavy Baraka is probably the most dangerous way you can play him.
I absolutely agree. That's one thing I noticed earlier. I was like, I can't believe that I'm seeing more defensive play out of Baraka, especially against the Cassie cage where, you know, you'd suspect Baraka's going to be chasing Cassie the whole time and down to the wire. A timeout to start things off. That's the nooch between these two players right there.
And that was actually really smart. He just went for the raw down 2 because that was the only thing that could have dealt enough damage in enough time. Like a throw would not have worked. Only possible risk you could take right there.
Of course, Gross not going to be committing too hard. Not too surprised to see it go down to a timeout. We know Gross is definitely willing to slow it down to a crawl if he needs to. Whoa, the call out, it's the forward 4.
I mean, it's the delayed mid, right? It's, I'm going to delay so you think I'm going to grab, you're going to release block, I'm going to catch you with my forward 4. Baraka's forward 4-4 giving a crushing blow, especially in the corner with Gutted as a death sentence. So DJT playing it very carefully.
Absolutely, and DJT has had no fear of committing to forward 4 Gutted all weekend long either in getting the hit confirm of the 1-1-2, and this is going to be a reversal of the position out of Gross. He was in a terrible spot there for a moment.
Yeah, keeping himself safe and managing to get out. Oh! No, the crushing blow, and that's just what can happen when you've got the counter hit crushing blows ready. You can be so even. Oh,
he could have just fatal blowed off of that. All right, some chip. Oh, stays safe somehow. Still unpunished throughout the entire tournament.
It's always such a weird mix-up of if he's going to amplify the chop or not. It's hard to read, but there it is.
Goodness.
Hit confirm that back to all day, every day, and just like that, man, it's a 1-0, but it's a calm and calculated 1-0.
Absolutely. I mean, you know, looking at it being 1-0, that could have easily been going to a final round. That was as close as a 2-0 rounds can be. You know, both of them either one read away from turning things around in every single health bar.
I'm quite curious to see some of the more. Oh my god! And again, some of the more common scenarios though, when Cassie goes for the amplified air kick, you know, to normally leave yourself at complete neutral, Baraka's not going to reach, and she's going to reach him, right? So that's going to be something pretty free. The fatal blow. I'm not really sure there's much that. You know, of course, normally the chop is a fatal blow, guaranteed punish. Cassie can't do that with hers. This is going to be a very odd matchup with stuff that's normally, you know, quite safe.
I was about to ask, is Baraka's back 2 going to go over that low gunshot? He just tried it there with Gross's back to the corner, got absolutely anti-aired by it being a mid-in also. It's going to be a little tough for Baraka to close the gap sometimes, but Baraka only needs to walk for about half a second before he's within forward 4 range, jump distance range.
I mean, he's got good grounded speed, right? Like his walking speed isn't terrible, but at the same time, Gross knows when to walk back too. Like, again, there's a bit of a clash of styles, right? Kind of just button heads at this point.
Yeah, I mean, we were just listening to DJT say what his recipe to success was, and just the walk down. He said, number 1, the walk down. And that's what we're seeing right now.
Having the range, having the damage here, and then having the anti-airs. Into the corner we go, not going to get off the first 1-1-2, but the 1-1 into the chop can be enough for the round.
I do respect the fact that Gross was trying to just disrespect there, right? He had no defensive bar left. If he sits there and just takes all his chip damage, it's not going to work out anyway. Best case scenario, DJT whiffs, he gets a clean jump in. The corner game, Cassie hasn't really got much of a corner. She has to get mid-screen as much as possible because her corner combos aren't very good, but her neutral is phenomenal.
Absolutely.
There's no way he's going to press the advantage. He wants to go
Ooh, that was
far
actually
away.
a punish from that range too. DJT could have got a big launch from that.
How many forward fours has he not committed anything
No,
into?
I know.
I think if he falls too short in this set, he's gonna have to start committing on these forward fours. But Gross may make the counter adjustment, pushing to the corner himself. Oh my goodness, the buttons.
Well, the whole idea with the raw forward fours is that it's actually variable between +2 to -2 on block. It depends on the range that you hit it at, but it's a very, very evenish normal. So you can just check people pretty safely with it.
Of course, Baraka just wants to walk you down, right? He has good advancing buttons, but I don't know if he can really contend with the raw speed of her mids. And just like that, he gets the hard combo twice. Gross getting so much more consistent with that.
But the thing is, in that situation, if it's Cassie forward 4 versus Baraka forward 4, she'll outspeed him every single time.
100%.
So, especially from that range.
And what really does Baraka have in those neutral situations up close? Trying to get it down 4, might get outspaced by the forward 4.
It depends how much you think
too slow
highs are
as well.
dangerous, right? Because he's got the forward 2, that could work, but again, it's a really big high, and that's going to easily lose to Cassie's lower buttons.
And I honestly think that what he's trying to do is to get out just Baraka 1-1. That might be the only thing that might match it in speed.
Yeah, definitely as far as speed. I mean, if he wants another option, maybe if he just walks back and maybe tries to sweep, it doesn't really have a hurt box on it because it is a big blade sweep.
Dedicated to the forward
Wow.
4 right as he jumps,
Right into-
so he's
right into the
straight
corner.
out of danger. The problem is, it's not the positioning, as in like being
Yeah.
in the corner. It's
Oh,
just giving
that was
Gross
so
the
good.
mistake. But he's doing such a good job of not getting opened up. Every time he gets launched, breakaway is available. And DJT's got to do so much more work. A little bit of damage over time applied, so he had the life lead for a small time. Unfortunately, that's now disappeared. I reckon Gross isn't going to get a single breakaway for the rest of this game, though. So DJT needs to get one clean hit.
Oh,
That
if
forward four
he
couldn't hit it.
had the belief on some of these forward fours, this might be a different game. Instead, he's going to have to break away himself, and resources are now almost spent on both sides.
Oh, another one. This is dangerous territory now for DJT. Oh, and there we go. Just got caught by the little low shot too.
You know what's going on here is that Gross is giving DJT nothing to work with. He's making it as dry as possible. He's keeping it simple. I mean, like, we've seen a whiff punish, like, what, once in these 2 games? And that's the #1 way I think DJT's going to maybe try and catch you in this matchup. Cassie's going to run away. She's going to try and poke you down. And up close, he's just choosing the right options every single time. It's looking really hard for DJT to get anything going, basically.
Being down to the one thing I want to say is that we saw 1 whiff punish with that forward 4, whereas we saw about 4 hits with wild swings on forward 4s. He might have to start getting crazy here, because you're right. We saw this just 2 days ago in the pool play, that Gross is so good at, when he comes off his breakaway, to avoid damage for the time allotted for those 2 bars to come back, and it's just happening right now all over again.
It is, but I really think he should switch to Bone Picker. The thing is that this match gets drawn out so long that every single time that he gets a launch, it gets just breakaway. So he could just control the neutral stronger by having that option, having the mix, and then maybe being able to lock Cassie down by just making her have to make mistakes.
I mean,
that's the strength of Cassie, right? So she doesn't ever have to make mistakes.
Well, the whole point of Marauder, like the big thing you pick it for is Gutted, and Gutted isn't getting a chance to really shine due to how good Gross's defense is.
Whereas if he would have went with Bone Picker, the range that he's able to walk into Gross, I mean, every single time that the neutrals reset, he gets in range of what could be a command throw, and he could put some fear into him. But unfortunately, he has bet it all on Marauder from here on out.
There's a little bit of not as much, I guess, defense optimization either. When DJT is getting launched by the low gun, he's actually not breakawaying straight away. He's allowing the rest of the amplified shot to connect, which is doing pretty much needless damage. It's kind of unusual to see him not break away a little bit earlier.
Well, it does actually take some reactions on that. It's very weird. If you have to break away from like the first shot, or you pretty much like can't break away. The window's like super tiny between shots. It's very weird.
And Gross is now on match point already. DJT has had such a gauntlet of the lower bracket today, but Gross once again is just that complete brick wall. He knows exactly how to slow it down, and right now DJT just can't get any damage. Gross's defense is so good, his offense so clean.
Every time DJT hits him too, it's something so insignificant, like a down 4 or whatever.
Or the raw forward 4, once again, just doing it, and it's hitting Gross almost every time. And we actually saw this with DJT of Sub-Zero as well, where he had commitment issues, and it's definitely cost him here.
Oh wow, that was like a max range throw.
Also, guys, this is losers semis. Loser is going to be done for the Summit of Time. We're going to advance into losers finals here, and he's going to wait on the loser of Dragon and Sonic Fox. Is it going to be Gross? Is it going to be DJT? Gross is knocking on the door. DJT does have a slight health lead, though. Can he get some momentum going? Can he start to believe here in his offense?
Oh, there we go. Finally getting a crouch and the advancing high. That's such a popular option.
Gross is going to save it. He's actually going to save his defensive bar. He could have easily broken out, looked for a combo, looked for a throw here and there, then been at fatal blow territory. Let's see if it pays off.
He's just playing really reserved, right? Just absolutely holding on and saving for the rainiest day. Like, that's a questionable decision maybe to not break away there, but I mean, Gross has so much to work with now. And already a life lead, and that defense bar is sitting pretty.
We're back mid-screen too. He walked back, he got one of those amplified up kicks, and that's all he needs to have the real estate he's looking for.
Yeah, it's pretty much a free way to get out of the corner, and I really think that we need to see like maybe some neutral jumps or some jump backs from DJT to try to bait the back 2-4 that's enabling him to get that free up kick switch over.
He got a duck, but only a down one. That's not a reward at all. Uh-oh, hit confirm. He has to break away, but now he's got no resources.
Oh,
he's in big trouble, guys.
It's been the back throw almost every time, and now DJT under 30% health. Tournament life is on the line.
There's the block in. You know, Gross is fishing for it. At this health, if he gets crushing load by it, he's going to get eliminated from the tournament. That's a costly mistake to make.
Yeah, this is tough. He's got to make the chase here, and he's got to keep Cassie in that left corner. Oh, this is
no, right back to
tougher.
full screen you go. What's it gonna be? And he finally believed. Oh my goodness, though. And you know, we saw that again in pool play from DJT, that commitment on the very last moment that cost him the entire match.
Clearly, Gross was watching the matches before. You know, he's familiar with how DJT plays. He knows that DJT kind of thrives on those micro decisions and those temporary moments where you make a mistake and he just capitalizes. It's why he picked the damage variation in the first place, and Gross very intelligently just went, you know what? Nah.
Well, honestly, I think it's just an absolute nod to how strong of a player Gross is, right? Let's think about the matches we've watched him play today. Against DJT right there, hyper defensive, very lame, you know, wanting to keep it as slow pace as he can, because that's what the matchup calls for. And then think back to his first game today against Tweedy, obviously Geras versus Cassie. He was hyper aggressive, right? Jumping in all the time, making sure that he was, you know, kind of in the driver's seat of the offense. Two completely different styles, but the same player, which shows that he knows a lot of matchups already. He came prepared. And of course, as sad as we are to see DJT fall this, you know, just because he had such an impressive road through the entire tournament today, right?
Still going to go out at fourth place
sure.
among 16 of the world's best here in MK11. Just to start off the game, I'd say that we're all impressed by the presence. We're so glad you guys were able to see the personality shine through and the gameplay. The man is just a legend of our scene.
DJT has been a people's champ, I mean, for like 8 years at least. And it's no wonder to see that he's gone, you know, fresh off the press in Mortal Kombat 11. I'm sure you guys at home really enjoyed watching him. And sad to see him go, but the best remain. Gross is now sitting in losers finals. And to determine who's going to be the other player in losers finals, we have to do the